But okay, we'll start now then.
All right.
Welcome to the adventure, gentlemen. It is the first of Shagar in the year of 717 post Cronus. As your party ventures along the muddy pathways leading towards this village called Pound, past Hera's Dam, your party, past the Dam of the Giants, your party has known each other for quite a bit of time now. You are responsible for killing the Cragmaw Goblin Horde, an admirable accomplishment, especially at your skill levels. It took wit, charm, and just a little bit of that elbow grease that you found in the goblin stocks. But you were able to do so, and as a result, it has found you favor. A few weeks ago, which triggered this journey, you received a letter from Her Majesty's government of Posh. Allow me to show you all this letter. All players, observer, update permissions, and show players. Adventurers, Her Majesty's government recognizes your victories against the Cragmaw Goblin Horde and has deigned to extend an invitation of work. Her Majesty plans an excursion into the Grand Mine of the Midlands, in which Her Majesty desires the extermination of the Hinterland Goblin Horde. Her Majesty additionally desires that the giant Azathour is brought to an end, so that her sovereignty is properly exerted over the Dam of the Giants. In exchange for services contributing to this excursion, Her Majesty offers the wealth of the mines, recognition of your rule over the land subordinate to her own authority, and a favored position within her court. Should this offer be amenable to your party, a representative of Her Majesty's government by the name of Yorkshire will be waiting for your party in the village of Pound until the end of the first week of Shagar. Respectfully, Duke Horatio Ironsword. Having found this offer amenable, your party travels there today. It has been a long and arduous journey, but fortunately one that was aided by the season. It was winter, or whatever passes for winter in the Midlands. It's like a slightly balmy 60 degrees Fahrenheit over like a
I don't know anything about that.
yeah, obviously temperature isn't measured, but you guys would just feel it's like slightly.
No, I mean that's basically Florida.
Yeah, except a lot more desert. Uh, you guys have gotten out of the wetlands towards the dry interior of the Midlands continent, only to find yourselves entering Pound just as monsoon season is beginning. And indeed, it is raining lightly outside. The travel has become uh, wet and miserable as your party slowly woke up in the morning, getting ready for the start of a beautiful new day. You find your party walks along the road. Thankfully, you all have trust in yourselves and knowledge of what may be needed ahead. The Cragmaw Goblin Horde was fierce, and you have heard that the Hinterland Goblin Horde is even worse. But with each of you by each other's side, there is nothing you cannot conquer. Let us begin first with Doka's character. Please introduce yourself.
Give me a second, I want to see if I can get the accent right. I was practicing last night, but it's fucking morning and my brain's not functioning.
Oh, that's perfect, Zinja. Here. Okay, we can go with somebody else right now then. Uh, Zinja, please introduce your character. I don't think we know her at all.
Totally unfamiliar.
You can call me Mara. Where to begin? Well, okay, so speaking not in her voice, just so third person, real fast. You would have known that she would have, despite being, well, I don't, I forgot to mention that detail in her backstory. I guess she probably wouldn't know she's a half goblin, unless you think otherwise, Destiny.
You would definitely know.
You would? Okay, so she would know she's a half goblin. Okay. So if that were the case, she would insist that she's neither half goblin nor half human, but something in between. She would just keep it like that. But she would treat. You notice that in your travels, she would treat goblins and most humans with the same ire. You would notice that she knows how to dispatch a goblin in the exact perfect way, as if it was her profession. Eventually, after a while, she would have revealed that all of her life, all she did was slaughter goblins in a fighting pit for entertainment. Never allowed to see the outside. Or, unless she was in the fighting arena. You would notice one thing about me. I don't like to trust people. I'll shake your hand and I'll count your fingers.
What if I give you my trunk?
I'd probably just stick my fingers in your nostrils and figure out what that's all about. That's kind of weird. But then again, everything's kind of weird because it's not the desert. In fact, it rains too damn often here. And when it rains in these regions, you'll notice that she acts like a fucking startled cat because it probably rains maybe once a year in the desert.
But her favorite terrain is forests.
No, yeah, it is. But she still doesn't like the rain.
Okay.
You'll learn more about her as time goes on.
Very well. Let's start with Castle's character next. Please pronounce your character's name.
He probably has never told anyone his actual name, because he hates it. So he probably introduced himself as just Dan.
Done. Okay.
And there's a reason for that. Let's see. At some point, he probably shared that he was lived his entire life amongst the Fae, enslaved to their wicked magics, until he broke free. He hates them. Tries to avoid them at all costs. If we ever came across any in our travels, he would have stayed out of sight. He has. Obviously, finding artificer artwork that fits Bronze Age society is actually impossible. Finding artwork of a completely obsidian-skinned human, also impossible. So you have to use a little creativity with the little thumbnail icon token art, because obviously, it doesn't fit at all. But I spent hours and hours and hours trying to find something better than this, but this is one of the first ones I found, and it gets the point across.
You couldn't find a very black man artificer from the Bronze Age art. Wow.
I know. I'm a loser. I'm sorry to disappoint. He has tattoos running all across his chest, arms, hands. And when he is creating anything, be that magic or using one of his many toolkits that he's got on him to make things, they sort of dance, change shape. They start as being like kind of almost luminescent white, especially showing up against his skin. He's happy to answer any questions about that. What I'm sure you asked, he doesn't know why they exist, where they came from. He knows something the Fae did to him, created them, and it makes him extremely adept at just inventing, creating forging, whatever. He has some minor magics at his disposal, and the way he uses them is he distills mana from thin air into a bunch of vials he carries, and the color will depend on what he's going to use it for. So he has a lot of vials at his belt, all of different colors, and he will attach that to his. He has a wooden rod that he attaches various devices to, and then adds the mana to cast his spells, whatever he's doing, anything along those lines. He is fairly quiet. He's happy to talk when talked to, but he very, very rarely will just pipe up and offer information, out of the blue.
Castle justifying paying attention to his dog and not speaking in character.
No. Hopefully the dog situation should be well.
We'll see.
My wife was supposed to be here today, but
Hopefully your
had
dog
a
doesn't
dentist.
shove a screw up its nose.
She has a dentist appointment today. She had one yesterday, and her dentist had to go because his wife was pregnant, and so she had to go back today. So I am actually going to have to take care of the dog again today for an hour. So I'm sorry about that, but
That's fine.
say less.
So you actually went back and did Alchemist?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. He's an artillerist. That's how I wanted to do his
My turret.
his spell casting. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Very
That's
well.
cool.
Yep.
Next.
Yeah. That's
Sorry. Okay. Next we'll do EL4 because we gotta save Hobble for last. EL4.
So you notice that he is covered in scars even before joining the group. He's missing half of a tusk and the other eye that the portrait doesn't show. And it seems like every time you battle, something weird happens. At all, just every fight, something weird happens. Like,
Oh boy.
never once before in your life has seen it do the same way. He's more than happy to just add stuff to his back because he can carry it all. And many times before he has expressed he has no recollection besides being a worker. Yeah.
So how tall is he
Wait
exactly?
a minute.
Oh.
Are you telling me that the elephant forgot?
Yeah.
Huh.
Elephant forgot, like 8 feet tall.
Okay. So twice Mario's height. Mario, by the way, is 4 feet tall this time, not 3.
Okay.
I actually rolled.
Nice.
So twice her height. Okay.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Okay. In that case, finally, we will get to Hobble. Hobble,
What?
would you kindly introduce yourself to only half of the party?
I'm Hobble Overhill. Can you help me get to the Bard's College? Where am I? I'm late for my medication.
He is 2'6", but slunched over even further, with a fine-looking bardic robe, gaunt-looking face with large glasses that really magnify his eyes, bald at the top of his head, but pointed long frills on each side. White beard, it's kind of frilly. He carries a pan flute on his robe and walks with a pointed walking stick, fashioned from a rapier. He has trouble understanding you guys, but he loves you.
You're my best friends, and I've never been with such beautiful people in my 172 years.
I appreciate that.
He speaks Fey and Giant for relevant languages.
Oh God.
So we're the only ones that can communicate.
Not even Maru.
So who speaks Mopon?
I do.
I do.
Okay, so I can talk to you guys and Hobble.
Oh God, we have to translate. Or you have to translate then.
In
Yep,
the month
because
that
I
you
speak Fey.
in the month that you've been traveling, the only word he has learned in that language is help.
Help! Help!
Indeed. He is
Okay.
he is a strange creature, not one native to Mulapin, at least as far as you know. You've never seen somebody who looks like Hobble in his life, nor someone who speaks his language.
I'm trying to think of what Maru would call him then, like, because I feel like she'd have a nickname for him. Oh gosh.
Wait a couple of sessions so that you've actually seen, played with him. Although
Yeah.
I guess, I've played with Hobble before, so I could come up with a few. But
I guess if we're going off of quirks, one thing I forgot, one of Maru's biggest defining features, is her obsession with cloth, especially silk.
Nice.
She has never parted with the red silken scarf that she has.
Oh.
Wonder how she got it.
Very well, gentlemen. In that case, let us move forward. As your party travels along these muddy paths, you find yourselves slowly approaching a river, something you know to be called Hera's Tears. Yes, indeed. You see that this terrain looks very gravelly. The grass is intermittent, and although there is a lot of water, it does not seem the soil is good at retaining it. And you can see up ahead a sort of almost like huge wall of mountains with only a narrow pass in between. And just beyond it, you can see in the distance a few trees poking here and there, but for the most part, a lot of this terrain is just small, winding hills changing ever so slightly in elevation, and savanna grass. And like I said, it is sprinkling lightly here. It's but it seems to be picking up, typical for Shagar here in Mulapin. By the way, in case of what browsers you're using, the calendar thing won't display on Firefox right now. It's a bug.
Okay. I'm in Chrome.
And as your party moves along this pathway, ready to cross the bridge, you see an unusual sight. Up ahead, you can see the sight of bodies, lots of them. They appear to be some kind of they appear to have been some kind of caravan, and you can see just gore and blood everywhere across the other side of the bridge. Let me bring you to the map. You're almost a pound, and yet it seems the worst of the travels have hit you at the end.
Oh, there we are.
yeah, I was having this. I just found us as well. It's funny. So this is just like a hut, the circular building, or is it a tower? What is that?
It seems to be the ruins of an old tower just sitting there half shelled out almost. It seems to have been a watchtower at one point. You can see the remnants of some fortifications on the windows, a bunch of portcullises and such, and some firing slits. But
Portcullises, huh?
I hope I've got that one right. Portcullis.
You do. It's just Bronze Age society. It's not a thing that's gonna exist.
Okay, whatever. Anyway,
I'm gonna keep calling you every time you make a mistake, technology-wise, just
seems-
so you know.
meanwhile, over here it seems like there was once a stone building over here, but that's so destroyed. All you can see are a bunch of like walls about 6 or 7 feet high, just interspersed in between rubble and bits of brick.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this area.
Nope.
Uh, so generally speaking, quick tactics discussion here, fellas. Well, how do we deal with situations like this when we're in our group that we've been together for a while? Because I'm more of a stand in the back kind of fella, but I can mix it up if need be.
So Maru, I've kind of all in on stealth and scouting with her this time around. She's no longer a goblin, not anymore. So basically, she's your pet dog as far as like tracking things is going to be concerned. So if we, what happened to the map? Did it go away from anyone else?
We're still on the map.
Nope.
I'm still there,
Okay, hold on. Let me refresh because I could have just been a Foundry bug.
Monkus.
Yeah, no kidding. Off to a great start. All right. Well, the stuff up ahead, it looks to be a mixture of the different kinds of people. Assuming we
Yes.
see it.
Indeed, you can see it. There appears to be a. If I did this right, there's a few people lying around that appear to have been somewhat moderately armored. They appear to have been the guards of this place, and they are orcish. Meanwhile, the actual traders, although it may not reflect it in the ears properly, they are Mulapin. At least from what you can tell. Over here, Maru, with your sharp eyes, you will see a goblin corpse, its head caved in. There's also 3 mules. A lot of their flesh, from what you can tell from this distance, although it's hard to tell because it's like appear to have been like a savage, although it's hard to tell from 100 feet away because it's 100 feet away.
Is that the Black Knight?
The knights who say you need, you mean? Or
No, I mean the Black Knight. Look at him, dude. He's got like a heavy metal T-shirt over his metal armor.
But he's got an arm still and a leg.
He says
Anyway.
in Fey.
Fair enough.
All you hear is Maru's wah 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 wah.
And then you hear in Mopanu, help, help, as he points.
I think Mario's just gonna get into the habit of just hissing at you. That's a pretty universal language right there, hissing.
He hides
Dog.
behind the elephant.
Ella, help me.
So, with standard procedure for these kind of things, I guess Mara's gonna take point. And the first thing she's going to do, let me ping something real fast, just so I'm understanding it correctly. Oh wait, I already get expertise. Never mind. She's going to look around just in case, see if this is like an ambush, a setup, or something like that. And I guess I'm getting guidance.
I'm quick.
Okay.
Deontor, done. Remembering his training, pats Maru on her shoulder as she glances around with a 16 in perception total. Made sure that it matched your proficiency. Unfortunately, Maru, you do not see anything, although there's a lot of cover here. Who
Okay.
knows what could be lying in wait.
She'll keep her wits about her and now move up,
Yep.
assuming she doesn't get jumped.
Yep.
We'll make it across here real fast, and then now she's going to start investigating. Or making medicine checks, I guess.
Maru, as you get close, roll me an investigation check.
Okay. That's the one I'm not good at.
Maru,
It's okay, I am.
Taking a look at it, this was clearly a goblin attack. There are bite marks on them everywhere. The flesh has been torn out and rent. A lot of the marrow's been cracked open, even though they haven't devoured all the corpses yet. It's signature signs of the goblins and how they consume everything. The arrows in some of them, or the spearheads broken off, they appear to be made from bone and wood. Most goblins are forced to use only small bits of metal, whatever they can salvage from humanoids, the intelligent civilizations.
I think Maru knows what that's like. It's weird. She abhors like full-blooded goblins, but she does not deny that she has the similar skill sets to them. So she understands. But with that said, she will say, "Well, looks like there's feral types around here. Keep your wits about you." And Dan, tell the wrinkly guy, the wrinkly one.
Help!
I will translate. I'm gonna make sure the bridge is sound.
Bridge definitely looks sound. It's a made of wood, but it's sturdily built, and it has a bunch of like almost an excessive amount of rope built around it.
Just wanted to make sure before our large friend crossed.
Hobble, you come over here. The fence appears to be pretty old here. It seems to be more remnants of something that was built here once. There's signs like in the ground that there was once more wood here, but it's kind of just imprinted into the soil.
I'm gonna take a look at the blood, see if it's starting to dry. See if I can see if it's recent.
The blood does appear old here. It's hard to tell because give me a second. It should be raining on this map. Why isn't it raining? Oh, give me a second.
Light drizzle, you said, right?
Yes, indeed. Weather effect, rain, save changes. There we go.
I'm just gonna ping this so I can read it real fast.
Okay. You gain
I'm,
advantage on survival checks as well as information. Okay.
Yeah. So I was just real fast, seeing if anything applied here.
I am going to. Never mind. No, yeah, I am. I'm gonna guidance. What do you go by? EL4?
Yep.
E? Okay, EL4. All right, I will guidance EL4.
Well, I must say, Maru,
Mm-hmm.
your sharp senses pick up something behind your party.
Of course, it wouldn't be this easy. As she turns around dramatically.
As you turn around dramatically, you see goblins moving down the cliff, screaming as they land down below, yelling at your party. Meanwhile, to just your south, behind all the cover, you see goblins emerge from there. And worse, you see goblins leap from the corpses of the mules, exploding out from the gore and viscera inside. And finally, you see goblins pouring out from this tower and from this cliffside. Roll initiative now! They had a 20 on their stealth check.
It's a good thing Maru is that much smarter.
I was gonna
EL,
say I'm gonna investigate that suspicious looking corpse.
EL4, you can use guidance on your initiative check.
I'll be right back for like 20 seconds. I just got to put a thing away.
Yeah.
Nine, I guess.
Okay, 9.
Just look at this corpse.
Very well. And let's roll all of those initiatives. Oh boy. Dear Lord.
Also, I don't see them, so I don't know if it's not supposed to
Yeah,
show
they're
them.
not on the map.
I
Yeah,
had to refresh.
Oh yeah, that's weird. Huh. I did reveal them all.
Like I see them now after a refresh.
I will refresh.
Okay.
You see all those goblins now?
Oh, goblins! There's a cross of goblins.
Indeed. Indeed, they do look vicious as hell. It's typical goblin ambush work, but your party is experienced against them. Is Zinja back yet?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Yay. Goblins.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and with that... Well, you came here to kill goblins. Let's get to work.
Mario will just say, the more things change, the more things stay the same, damn it.
The goblins come in roaring, but Maru's passive perception picked up their second stealth check. They will not get a surprise on this. Okay, this one will move in. They're nimble and deft, but they can only move so fast. A point your party can be sure you can exploit.
I promptly spill something on myself.
This one explodes from the viscera, running towards Mr. EL4 here, as it swings forward with its dagger, screaming in anger. Ah! Well, better rolls isn't working.
Is there any combat music that I'm not hearing?
There is.
Oh, there we go.
Give me a second, guys. Skies, I'm sorry, I have to disable the custom sheet. It's fucking with, the better NPC sheet.
Will that fuck me over?
Yeah, you're gonna lose your custom sheet. You're not gonna lose any data, though.
That's fine. Everything I care about is on my little, quick bar.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now let's begin again. Okay. Back to the... Please pop up initiative window, please. Please, please.
Well, now I can't open my sheet at all unless it's just like, oh, there we go.
Mine lagged when I tried to open it. I think it was resorting it into the other sheet.
Oh, that's weird. It's just not rolling at all right now. Huh. Whatever. It attacks, and it will crit fail as it trips over its own feet, still covered in the slimy blood, half-rotting corpse. This one will dash forward, dagger in hand. Meanwhile, these ones to the south will run over, and it will grab a harpoon, and it will throw it at Mr. Hobble, missing. This one will also pop out over the wall, as it will throw its harpoon at Hobble. Missing. Oh, man. Done.
Dun 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 dun.
How does the cone work in this game?
Oddly enough, the same way it works in 3.5, despite the fact that movement doesn't work the same.
All right. How much would you say I like Hobble?
Hobble, how much would you say he likes you?
That's why. That's who I was asking.
He does-
Check.
He communicates in Fey to you. How much does that influence it?
It's not my fault I speak Fey, so I don't think I would hold that against you. So
Okay. Want to just do a flat charisma check? Hold on. Let me think about the previous adventure I had with Okay.
Hobble for a second. Sorry, this is.
I'm sure at least somebody in here flashbacks to the fireball.
Fireball.
We don't remember that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wasn't there for that. Okay, so he generally seems to be helping. Seems to be trying to help most of the time, right?
And
Okay.
Usually, when you are injured, he is trying to heal.
Right. Okay, so I think I will conjure a handheld flamethrower.
Okay.
No, I won't.
Okay.
No, I won't. Actually, I'm fine if this thing dies quickly. I'm going to put this
You're going
tree
to
right here.
put a what?
Is this a giant bush or a tree?
It's a tree.
Okay, so I could stick something under it and say this square.
I'm not seeing your cursor for some reason. Give me a
Yeah.
second.
Cool. Oh, I'm not seeing anyone's cursors.
Show
I
player
just realized-
cursors. Oh, I bet it's because I have a module. Manage modules.
I saw a
What's-
green
what's-
hand.
What's the button to point?
See.
Whoa!
Oh,
I'm refreshing.
Oh, it's scary.
Everything is breaking apart. I'm sorry.
All right, so if I put it here,
Yeah.
and then I will have it shoot. I think I can get all three of those guys with a cone. I can draw it if you want, but I'm relatively certain.
How large is the
Like a-
cone?
15 feet. So I think, like, yeah, that's obviously, yeah, about that.
Yeah,
I started it from the wrong place, so I'm kind of cheating, but
that doesn't look right.
Is that good or?
I was gonna try and get these three, but that's also fine. Yeah, I just want to hit three people. That's basically what I was after. So
This or this?
like that.
Like that? Okay, go ahead.
All right. Oh, I can ping it. I got it on my bar. I'm so prepared.
Oh shit, flamethrower, nice. So DC 14s sounds good. Okay, let's see. Okay, first one. It will fail as it takes 10 fire damage. You incinerate it instantly. The screams so familiar. Done. The second one will fail as well, as he will also be flamed instantly. But this one is a little harder, and even though it fails its save, it will still be alive. It seems to be their boss as it commands them around, chittering in its incessant screaming, ordering its men forward to die.
Do I want to move?
It's so weird, the
What
cursor's
a-
still hidden.
What a good question. Okay. Get my character sheet out of the way so I can actually see. I will slide up. No, I'm drawing another cone. That's not what I want to do. Whoop, whoop. There we go. I will stand right there.
Yep. Sounds good. As you will stand right there. Okay, very well.
And I'll yell at the goblins over there. Yes, burn. But in Aeon's voice.
Wait. This one will poke out from half behind cover in the tree, and it will throw its harpoon at Maru, trying to impale her. And it will miss, as it will hide behind the tree and hide as a bonus action, failing. This one will meanwhile continue to come as as they seem to be trying to pincer you all in. And it will just stop here. Ready to move in next turn against Maru, or done. This one, meanwhile, boop. You know the drill. They're all lining up. Amana! This one goes over here, and it will lift up its harpoon. Let's see the range on it. 2060. I believe it has disadvantage. Yes. It will throw its harpoon with disadvantage at Maru. Oh shit. Okay, so that's a crit, and then let's see. The next one, attack. That's a miss. Okay. Okay. Lucky. Okay, this one pops over the wall and throws its harpoon at Hobble. And it crits. Okay. Okay. Hobble. Let's see. Damage.
You're dead.
You will take 7 crit damage. And that will be piercing. And you are now impaled by the harpoon. You cannot move a distance further from this specific goblin. It's nice playing with you, Hobble. Oh my. I've given him a net to symbolize which one is currently impaling Hobble. It will then hop over this wall with you still attached as you feel painful tugging on your belly when it impaled you. And you just hear him cackling as he will attempt... He won't be able to hide with the rope pointing to the location. But he does have full cover behind this wall. You can't see him at all.
Help!
Meanwhile, this one will move in to impale Hobble
I didn't even see him!
as they begin to Goblin Slayer him. Does 16 hit?
Yes.
Oh god, as it deals 3 piercing damage.
It began.
He really is Neo's replacement. Oh my god. This one will poke out from behind the wall as it will use its as it will throw a single knife forward, aiming for EL4. Does 17 hit EL4?
Yep.
Okay. That will deal 3 piercing damage. Okay, and you're not raging yet, are you? Man,
I
this is
haven't had a turn yet.
Oh man, they rolled better on initiative than I assumed. Hobble, this one will come in holding up a dagger and it will attempt to stab you, missing with an 11. Unless, what's your AC? Okay,
14.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Okay, this one is dead, thankfully. This one is still alive though. And it will hop over the wall and greedily move in on Hobble. Hitting with a 22 for 5 piercing damage. No. Hobble, no! And then we'll disengage, falling 10 feet back. Hobble.
Okay. Sleep is. What's the. 20 feet, okay. I believe I could get. With the sleep these 4. Is that correct?
I won't say.
Yeah, if I send her. Wait, that. Yeah. I don't want to put myself to sleep.
Looks right to me.
Yeah, I will use it on that spot for these 4. Hoping it's a big roll. First level. Oh my god.
You hate to see it.
It's literally average. Okay. I'll be generous and do the one closest to you starting. That one will be put to sleep, as he will just fall unconscious. Meanwhile, this one next to you will, over here, I mean, will fall unconscious. These 2 over here will not fall unconscious, including the one harpooning you.
Bardic Inspiration to Ella. Or Ella! EL4. End turn.
As he mispronounces your name. This goblin up on the ridge will fire a distant arrow.
I mean,
Let's see.
technically, it's not my name, so.
Attack. Oh, it crit EL4. Okay. Okay. 8 piercing damage. Okay, EL4, now you're allowed to do stuff. As you move in between these 2.
Oh no, I feel it coming.
As you explode into a rage, EL4, do you get your Wild Surge?
Yeah.
Let's see this
It's
shit.
every time I rage. Let me see if I did this correctly. What's going on with the table? Did I mess something up?
It's just D100, I think. And then you roll. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, exit the table so I can do it. And it's there we go. Okay, it should work now. Go ahead and roll it. I've updated it, so go ahead.
Woo!
60
Doink.
feet anywhere.
Either there's a bug with Foundry on something, or I'm confused.
Better Rolls seems to be busted right now. I think it
It's not. It's not Better Rolls that I'm confused with. It's the goblin that goes after me. When I mouse over it in the initiative, it doesn't get highlighted. I can't find it anywhere on the field.
Click on it. Oh, I see, because they're only 6 players. The a goblin after you is the one to the northeast, by the cliffside, on the opposite side of the river your party's currently on.
Oh, okay.
EL4, where are you? You want to be next to them? Sound good. As you rage and teleport next to them, as you see EL4 literally phase forward in reality, what would you like to do? As you swing your great axe down, which one are you targeting? This one? You will kill it in one blow, as you see the other goblins jump in surprise as a large elephant man comes crashing down upon them. It is brutal and it is beautiful.
Oh, he's going in.
Yes, indeed.
Yep, that's me turn.
Maru!
All right. Given the fact that I am a half goblin, the fact that I spent all of my life beating them to a pulp and turning them into a smoothie, and the fact that my favorite enemy is goblins, would it just be given knowledge that what would happen if I just kill their leader outright? Would they disperse or would they continue fighting?
Maru, goblins are semi-intelligent. Some of them can get pretty smart, but it's usually only the bosses. These goblins will have a strange compulsion to kill sentient life, and they will do so unless they think they have no chance of victory, in which case they will flee to kill another day.
Okay. So then I'm just going to leave that goblin to fry over there. All right, let me look at the initiative. Understood. Calculating movement.
Poor Hobble. I'm sorry, Spicy.
Oh, it's always Hobble's fault. Don't worry.
30 feet. Okay, yeah, I can do this easily. So you will see Maru get to work as she pulls down her scarf to reveal her set of serrated teeth.
They growl at you. You hear one of them call you traitor.
Scum. And as she gets to work, 10 feet here.
Yep.
Time to get busy. All right. I pull out my wooden staff, both hands.
So you pull out your wooden staff with both hands.
Oh boy!
Bankai! Which one? Left or top?
Left.
Slam and jam as you crush his skull and instantly.
All right. I don't have another one, but I have a bonus action. Actually, I'm going to burn a fucking key point.
Oh, shit.
So we're going to do that. That's not what I wanted to burn it on. There we go.
Patient defense. As you flurry of blows, targeting which one?
The one to my north.
One to your north, okay.
All right, hold on.
And it's dead. I rolled low on the HP, unfortunately, for it.
Okay. And then that means I have one more unarmed strike, so that means I have enough space to get here.
Yes, ma'am. As you run forward at the other goblin on the bridge as they look surprised at this turn of events, but their AC is 15, Maru. It just misses.
Damn. All right. That was, I believe, 35. No, that was
Do you get a plus to hit from your favorite enemy?
no, not that's revised
Okay.
ranger. Well, this is awkward. I guess I end my turn.
Okay. This one over here will run in and stay back here as it readies a short bow, aiming for Maru. As it fires an arrow at Maru, hitting with a 22. Little does it know for a 6 piercing damage, Maru.
Yes, I don't have that feature yet.
Ah,
I was gonna say.
feels bad.
Not-
Okay,
not
you,
yet.
take,
Beeping.
you almost catch it, but you remember you can't do it as you will take 6 damage.
Nope. See, most of
Imagine
the goblins.
multi-classing.
Most of the goblins she turned into a pulp did not have ranged weapons.
Yes, indeed. Finally, this goblin boss will move in. Oh, these guys are ruthless. They will move in on Hobble. I'm sorry. As it will scimitar him twice. One attack, 11 missing, and second attack, oh thank god, missing. As it will disengage as a bonus action, falling back here to Harpoon Man. They're getting ready to reel you in like a fish.
Yup.
Mama! What am I?
Help!
What Maru hears is, reel him in, and we'll kill him first. He's a spellcaster, you hear the boss saying.
I guess Maru would say they're trying to steal him.
Help!
Maru? This
Yes.
goblin will try to be clever. It's going to try to grapple you into the raging river. It rolled a
Hell
1,
no.
beat a 1.
I literally cannot fail.
It will kind of trip on the slippery wood and clumsily get back up, ending its turn. This
Understood.
gobbo
Does it
is
at least
dead.
have the sense to look embarrassed about what it just did?
Oh, it absolutely is. This one will attempt to stab Mr. Hobble and miss, as it will disengage as a bonus action, hopping back over the wall. Done.
Down. All right. I should have put my. Can you drag my token onto the map? Can I do that for my turret? Sorry, that was very unclear.
Where do
I
you
should
want it?
get marked for that. It was in the square. I mean, the arc's still drawn. It was in the square to the northeast of that corner. Yeah, and then yes, I can move it. All right, so I will go there.
As your turret moves forward, oh god, it can do that.
Yeah, 15 feet.
Are you pointing it where I think you're pointing it?
Yeah, of course I am. Doesn't look like I'm getting that last guy, which is fine and fair. But I will try and burn those.
Okay.
I
go
can
ahead.
ping it again.
Yes, please ping it again.
There we go.
Oh my god, that's a good roll.
It's pretty good damage.
They will both pass this time. Is it half or none?
It's half.
It's half? Okay, they're severely
neat.
wounded. As they're screaming in agony as they're both being incinerated alive, done.
Does the rope attached to Hobble count as an unattended object? Probably not, but
You know what? Sure.
all right, it catches on fire then.
It's a
Uh,
it's an auto grapple and a CR 1/8 creature. It can be a CR 1/4 creature. It can be a unattended object. As
All right, and
Hobble, you are no longer harpooned like a whale.
I am going to firebolt this guy.
The one stabbing in on Hobble. Sound good?
Yeah. Bing? Yeah. Look at that. It
Hey,
worked.
just enough to kill it outright. Hey. Hobble,
Get clear, my friend.
as one next to you just incinerates immediately, and the other one still next to you is asleep.
And then I will, I think, move up next to Hobble.
Wonderful. I will move this corpse aside. There we go.
And then I'm done.
Great. This goblin still sees these goblins aren't convinced yet of the chances of no victory, although they're starting to reconsider. This goblin will try to throw a dagger, aiming for Dun,
They done goofed.
and it will miss. And so instead, it'll jump into the river and float away. Meanwhile, this goblin here will stab for Mr. EL4 and miss, as it will disengage and move back 30 feet. This goblin here, meanwhile, will try to stab for EL4 as well and miss and disengage, moving back 30 feet. This goblin, meanwhile, will, let's see, was this the one with the harpoon? Yes, I think it was. It will try to stick EL4 again as it throws its harpoon. Missing. And it will disengage, moving back 30 feet. It will climb up here of its difficult terrain and be able to make it here. This gobbo, meanwhile, is being roasted alive. And so in a panic, he will jump out of the hot pan and swing at Dunn. 11 misses, correct?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Oops, didn't mean to fast forward. Fuck. Which one was this guy? Okay. It was, here. There we go. This one doesn't see much hope for victory now, but it will try to fire a short bow. Critting! Hitting Dunn, I'm sorry, man. As, let's see. Alt, crit, that will deal 7 piercing damage.
That
Destiny rolls
goblin
20s. Who knew?
crit twice?
24.
Is
He's cheating.
I'm not sure.
Is that the best goblin in the world?
That is the best goblin.
You know what? He's getting a feat if he survives this battle, because he is gonna run for it. As he is here, he fired his short bow, and he is gonna run away, disengaging. Oop, right here. Ah! This one is sleeping. He continues to slumber. This one is sleeping as well. Hobble, you are wounded, and there's one right next to you again.
Jeez, Jesus, jeez. I'll stab at him, missing.
Do you begin yelling help in Mopane?
Yup. In turn. Actually, I'm gonna give myself a healing word.
Oh, hell yeah. Is that your healing word? Help!
Yeah. Yes.
No. When he's helping other people though, it's just help.
Just a heads up, Hobble.
Yeah.
If it's charisma, you can just do plus at mod in the field.
I'm gonna fix that right now.
Anyway, this goblin over here will just begin climbing up. Doesn't see a chance of victory. You see that some vines appear to have been laid here in advance, readying for the ambush. EL4. They're running.
Smash this one in front of me, and I'll be able to just chase those ones down like it's nothing.
I'm going to reckless attack these goblins.
As that will hit him, one hit killing him, as he will just be hit by your great axe and go flying into the river. Sploosh. Wonderful. Anything else, EL4?
Nope.
Understood. Maru.
All right. Hold on. I always forget. Control. Click. No. Hold on. Control. Click. Measure. Right click. Click. No, there's a space. There we go. Yeah.
Yes,
God,
yes.
it's.
30 feet forward. You do have 40 feet of movement, remember.
Yes, I know. That's because I'm going to actually take out a dagger real fast, and actually, no, not a dagger, a hand axe this time.
A hand axe, okay.
I'm going to throw it. The hand axe. Let's see, what's the range on a hand axe? Well, I'm committed.
As you throw
That one was.
As you throw your hand axe and will miss.
Yeah, that one was going to go to the one on the cliff.
Okay, unfortunately, the one on the cliff will be missed.
All right, well then she's gonna move here. Let me check the initiative. That's unfortunate.
Okay.
That's sad. Hold on. I have a bonus action, and in fact, actually, I will burn another key point to flurry.
Ooh.
So this one's going to go to the one to the south. Oh my god. That'll
Okay.
miss, I'm sure.
Yes.
This one will then go to the south again. Oh my god.
No. No cigar.
That sucks.
Maybe monks. Pole was having the same problem.
Okay.
Yeah. That'll be all.
This goblin suddenly realizes that you're alone. And he will grin
Thanks,
as he
Kurt.
runs up towards you. And he will attempt to stab on you. Hitting with a 19.
Damn.
For 6 piercing damage. As he stabs you, and you are surrounded now. Kind of. Meanwhile, this goblin boss will scream over. Will look over at the battlefield. It's not looking good, but it sees Maru being ambushed. Kill the traitor! I will take out these foes. Let's see. I'm sorry. It sees a vulnerable one. It's going to go for him. Hobble, it will strike at you with a 19.
Re-roll that.
Hey! A 13 missing as you see it about to hit you and you're like, oh! And it seems to miss. The luck of the Fae with you. It will strike again, hitting with a 15.
Ow.
And then that will deal 3 slashing damage, sir. I will apply it. There we go. And then he will just start laughing and giggling as he will stay right here, holding up next to his goblin friend. Actually, he will disengage as a bonus action moving here. Okay.
In Fae, Hubble say,
Get 'em, boys.
This one will look at its scorched eyebrows. We'll look at the turret, and it will whack the turret. What's the AC on your turret?
I'm gonna say 18, and then I'm gonna look.
Well, it just crit, so
Yeah, that's
I believe it hits.
Cool.
So that's a 9. Okay. 9 damage to your turret.
Can you apply it? I mean, it should. It's attached to a character sheet.
Resources always.
I can do it.
attributes
I
HP.
can do it if you want.
I can do it. Here we go. 15
Okay.
HP.
Yeah.
Okay. Minus 9. There we go. Your turret is damaged but not broken. Done.
Well, now he's in the way. That's inconvenient.
Any support you can throw my way would be nice.
Your way? Kind of got our own problems over here, man.
You're so far away.
I'll chase him down. I'm level 7.
Oh, wait.
No, wait.
You get a strange vision of your hand being covered in green flames. Weird.
Yeah, damn.
That is weird. Alright, my turret's gonna skitter around this guy.
Yep.
And then, let's... Whoop, whoop. Like that? Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to hit like that?
Yep. Get those two guys.
hit
I
them?
can
Any of
ping
them?
that. Cause...
Can't hit all
Flip.
3. Okay.
Yeah, I was wiggling around. I couldn't... Oh, look at that damage. That's to make up for the last one.
Hey.
Back
So-
to average.
Dex save that's half as it will succeed, but it will be killed anyway as he leaps out of the way and lands in a flaming corpse at Hobble's feet. His lungs incinerated. Meanwhile, the goblin boss will dodge out of the way and will succeed as it will only take 2 fire damage. It just holds up the
Okay.
it just holds up the humanoid skull in front of its mouth and it takes the brunt of the damage.
Nice. Smart. And then I will firebolt the boss.
You firebolt the boss as it flies towards him, and the goblin boss will use his redirect attack, and he will swap places as the firebolt hurtles towards his sleeping goblin, and he will wake up briefly going, ah! Ah! As it
So
will
then
be hit.
that would have, that would have had a. So then that would have had advantage then, thus critting, right?
Redirect attack. When a creature the goblin can see targets it with an attack, the goblin chooses another goblin within 5 feet of it. The 2 goblins swap places in the chosen goblin. Yes, so it would have advantage, so it would crit. So it will be dead. The goblin
Hey.
boss lives on.
Yeah. Whoops, that's not what I want to be doing. How do I
Treason.
delete that? I forget. Can I do it out of curiosity? Because I'm going to make that
Yeah,
mistake a lot.
you
So
go
I
to the
should...
template tools, and then you just hover over it and backspace or delete.
Okay, got it. All right. And then I'm going to move over here.
So you move over here towards Maru, who is about to be wailed on by quite a few gobos.
And then I'm done.
Yep, that one's just gone. It jumped into the river. Okay. I'm just gonna mark it down. Whatever. This goblin, meanwhile, will attempt to stab at Maru, hitting with its dagger. Swing! 18. Does that hit?
That'll hit.
As it will deal 4 piercing damage, Maru. Boop. And then it will disengage as a bonus action, getting over here, and it will begin climbing up the cliff away from you. Ah! Ah! This one, meanwhile, will attempt to dagger you as well, hitting with an 18 again,
Damn.
dealing another 4 piercing damage. And this one will yell from above, "Brothers, we have a chance!" It will throw a dart, hitting with a 19 for 4 piercing damage.
Ouch.
Consistent of nothing else. And then it will just begin scrambling up this wall. It's 15 distance, and then let's see, it will be able to make it here, as this bush is difficult terrain. This goblin, meanwhile, will see this and think, its boss is alive, but it will cut its losses and run. And he was never seen again. Except when he was, because he was the one that... Okay.
Double crit.
Yes. This one is still sleeping. He doesn't know anything about what's happening outside in the world. Hobble! There's not many left, but your party is severely wounded. This is a harsh fight. And they had you completely in a horrible position.
Like the back of a Volkswagen? Oh no, that's an uncomfortable place. Sorry.
Like a trunk in a PT Cruiser.
Hubble will move 25 feet there.
Girl, it'll be okay. I'm coming.
As I will
As
cast
Maru, you
healing.
hear, wah, 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 wah.
Yeah. At
What'd
the
he say?
second level, you feel some healing energy come over you.
I
There
think,
you go.
hey, I think healing's good.
That didn't do the second. Me. One more.
Hey,
Woohoo!
that nullified 2 of the hits.
And
What's the one additional one for?
It was the second level.
Okay.
It didn't calculate that for some reason.
Yep, sounds good.
And I will vicious mockery the one below her. To the south.
Okay.
Don't touch her.
It will make another nat 20 passing the DC 14 wisdom save.
Enter.
Oh, very well. Only I'm allowed to crit today. Mwahaha. 10, 15. Then it will move away, disappearing over the horizon. Yet another goblin lives to kill another day. Scum. EL4. There's only 3 goblins left over here, and one of them is completely dead to the world.
I'm gonna reckless attack the boss.
Let's go. That will...
Good call.
Advantage, that will hit, dealing 4
6.
slashing damage. Oh yeah,
And
6.
2 because rage.
-4, and then -2. He's weak. He's breathing heavily, and he'll give you a snarling growl. He will say in Goblin some words that you don't understand as he faces you down. Anything else CL4?
If only I had my trunk action.
You could have grappled him with it.
Maru,
Yeah.
your turn.
Okay. So, dumb question here. Maru would know that they only have, like, average movement speed. They're not super fast like me.
Absolutely.
Okay.
There are some
I'm
goblin. Goblins do have specializations, but these ones are clearly just goblin fodder.
Just fodder. Okay, let me make a measurement because. Okay. Oh yeah, absolutely, we're good. So Maru is going to. Which one moves first? Oh, that one moves right after me. Okay, yeah, we're going for that one. We're going to get this wooden staff, and I'm going to beat him with it.
And you will indeed, as you swing your staff, catching him on his chin, and you snap his head off, just crunching it as it just kind of hangs there limply as he falls over.
Okay, do I want to be greedy and try to kill this one, or be safe? I think I'm going to be safe. I'm not going to take any risks.
Mar not taking risks.
What is
No.
what even is life?
You know what? Gosh, you're right, though. He has a reputation of slaughtering goblins.
Do it.
Yeah, okay. Unarmed strike on the one to the south. Bonus action. Oh my god, and then I get a...
Did we just bait Morrow into death?
Yeah.
Only if he crits.
Well, so that misses. So I'm gonna provoke.
Okay.
Control.
And he crits. No, I'm just fucking with you. He missed.
Okay, he misses. Okay. Doing measurements. Yes, get up from prone anyway. Maru's gonna hit the deck and go prone.
As you go prone, falling on the ground, you just see Maru sprawled on that muddy, dirty, wet bridge.
Well, the way I'm thinking about it is that she, I guess, slides in, sort of deal. Doing the Warframe slide, basically.
No one says a goblin can't play baseball. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Sounds
So, yeah, there we go.
good. Oh, wait.
It doesn't say in the rules anywhere.
Yep. Goblin boss turn. It will look at you. Look at its own wounds. And it will disengage as a bonus action and dash as a main action. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 as it completely jumps over each stone wall, just running as far away from you as it can.
It
You
didn't
hear
have
the-
to burn extra movement to get over those walls.
Yeah, you know what? I'll burn a little extra movement for it, sure.
I thought they were twice as tall as he was.
That's a fair point. Let me move it back over here.
Like,
That is a very fair point, sir. Very well. This goblin is severely injured. It will. Will it strike at the? It'll strike at the turret. Does 14 hit? Okay. In that case, the goblin will disengage as a bonus action and hop over here behind the wall as they all go scattering to the four winds. Done.
just as a for the record kind of thing, it doesn't
Sure.
need to disengage. It can't make op attacks, but
Goblin didn't know.
right. Yeah, turret can get to there. That's not very helpful. Whoop. Oh wait, I can click on that, right? Nope. Nope, that doesn't help. I can do this though. I like that other character sheet, man. That favorites page was awesome.
I'm gonna have to re-enable it. It's my better rolls still aren't working, so give me a second.
Oh, it's fine. I will just step over here. Woo!
Oh! I re-enabled it, so it'll take a second to load in. But I've got so many modules, I think it's slowing down Foundry.
All right, I
If only
will.
the better sheet was baked in.
My
My GM's
turret, can it climb? Probably not, right?
It can occupy a vertical surface.
Right.
So
But that doesn't mean it can get up the wall.
No, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't.
Yeah. I'm sure you mean horizontal surface, right? Or can
Oh,
I stick
yeah.
it to a wall? Yeah. Okay.
No, horizontal. That's what I meant.
All right.
Sorry.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna firebolt the guy to the northeast. I can do this. This guy.
Yeah. Go ahead. That will miss. Amazing.
I'm not gonna firebolt him at all. I will, however, step here so that they can't get to Mara no matter what. And I am.
Yeah. As once again, Castle Zinja's protector. Thank God. As she must burn with the shame forever that no matter what life she is in, her.
No, this is just what unbridled aggression gets you.
Dash 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet, and then another 20 as he runs away, out of sight. And I'm gonna just put him as he gets away. Boop. This goblin will get greedy and he's gonna throw a dagger at Dunn and crit. Okay.
All right, you've hit me twice. Both were crits.
And that will deal 4 damage with the crit.
Still hurt, man.
As he
20% of my HP.
Ouch.
As he will move away 30 feet, trying to get some level of cover. He does have half cover behind this tree from your current vantage point.
Okay.
This one will dash 10 feet. 20 feet to start climbing up. 30 feet. 40 feet. And he will get away as well. Yet another goblin disappearing over the horizon. There's not many left. And, let's see. This one is sleeping. Hobble.
Is this goblin viewable at all behind the rocks?
Point. No.
Okay. Hubble will just walk over to this one.
I will be generous and point out Vicious Mockery doesn't require sight, I think.
They have to hear you, not you see them, I think.
If you remember a certain hag.
Right.
I can run away.
He will fail as he takes 1 psychic damage as he just hears you screaming in common. Common! A language no one here understands.
As I hover over this guy, end my turn.
Yes. This one is gone forever. You'll never see him again. Except maybe you might. EL4. It's the stragglers now. As you begin huffing over this wall. EL4, I'm not even going to make it difficult terrain for you because you're so fucking tall.
You can probably just go through it.
Yeah. Here, give me a second. This is no longer a wall. EL4, you begin climbing up the wall only for it to crumble beneath you, and you just shrug and continue on. What would you like to do as you peer over this wall and see this goblin trying to run away as he sees your massive towering figure poking up from above the wall, your trunk and your eyes just peering over like Kilroy?
I'm gonna throw a Helix.
You do that, buddy. Hey! As you hit him, just a terrifying look as you throw a hand axe, shattering the wall down with your throw by accident, as the hand axe will just lodge itself in its head and send it thrown through the building, turning into gore and mush as it crumbles down the stone walls, and it just impacts against this rubble here. A red puddle on the ground, completely destroyed, annihilated, devastated.
I don't think that Handex is usable anymore.
I can fix it.
Yes. Anything else, EL4?
Nope, that's going to be it.
Okay. Maru, there's only 2 goblins still in play. Do you want to chase them down or leave it?
I literally can't catch up to them.
Sounds good.
I mean, I hypothetically could, but then I'd definitely be alone. Well, I get up from prone, for
Yep.
starters.
So half your movement, 20 feet.
Yep. So I will get used to this eventually.
Want to be? Oh, I think I'm getting. Do it, kill him, destroy the child. Thank
Nope.
you, Ben. I just saw that.
Worse. I guess I'm going. I'm actually not. I'm not gonna kill him because I'd rather keep him as a slave.
Okay.
So I have rope, right? Let me check. Huh. Oh wait, yeah, I do. Okay, yeah. So I dropped the rope because I don't have any because I dashed. So I dropped the rope with the intention of people to help me tie it up.
Sounds good.
So yeah, this Mario is going to be even more brutal than previous editions.
This goblin will get smarmy, 10 feet of movement, poke its head above, and it will throw a dagger at disadvantage at, actually it's going to throw its harpoon and just let go of it. Hitting with a 19 at Hobble.
Oh my god.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Unfortunately, it will just bounce off of him as he has a negative penalty to his strength, as it deals 0 damage, not even impaling you, as it flies through and just kind of stops short halfway in your armor. Your beautiful, noble-like clothes. You're like a king among these people with your refined clothing. As the goblin will merely just shrug, run away, and you'll never see him again. Done. You have one chance to take this goblin running northeast out.
Yeah, I'll move up here so I got a clear shot at him and then try.
You will hit him for 3 fire damage.
But fail.
Yep.
Alright, then I let him go. Yeah, I'm not going to chase him after that.
Great, in that case, let's stop the music there, as he will disappear over the trees. And your party will be left to pick up the pieces. End of initiative.
Okay, so I tie this goblin up here.
Okay. I will note to you, Maru. Lol, yes, slavery is so much better. Yeah, indeed. You will know that goblins in this world have a single-minded focus on killing sentient life and devouring stuff.
I mean, then how was the goblins that, like, in her, like, pit enslaved?
They tied them up and then threw them in a pit so they would kill other people or goblins.
That's true. So then he has no value as a slave then.
Daon will wander back and say, I do not think you will get any useful information out of this one.
Right, I know. I'm not thinking correctly, I guess. Alright, yeah, then I just dispatch him from this coil.
As you, end him as he is killed.
Well, how about I just take the rope and then I just strangle him then with it?
As he grasps at it, angrily shaking about as you just strangle him. It's very cruel. And then he's just...
I look him in the eyes as he dies.
Yes, indeed. You inhale his last breath as you loosen.
I tell you what. Oh, yeah, go on, sorry.
As Hobble goes, and Faye.
I tell you what. The goblins out in the main world here are a little craftier than way back.
You said we have a mule and a cart, right?
Yes, indeed. Non-PCs. I never did. Here we go. Turret.
I will.
Non-PCs.
I will sit
All players, owner.
in the cart, and I will start repairing everyone's equipment.
Yep. As you see Dunn using his skilled artificer abilities and his mending cantrip will begin helping you all fix up your armor and weapons. You're not far from Pound, but it's never a bad idea to get suited up again.
So, I'm guessing that the Lost Mines would have been like the campaign precursoring this would have been at least it played out similar enough. So the unicorn ride that we had, probably that's when Maru would have learned to trust Dunn.
Yes.
So
that was a weird addition by WotC, especially since they could talk. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they can talk baseline, but like what they said was kind of weird. But so then I feel like this position, even though he's a human, Dunn would have been okay in Maru's book, especially since he didn't exactly have a high life either.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I think EL4
3 out of 4 of you were slaves. What the fuck?
He is completely unlike. He acts more like a fae than he does a human.
Right,
because that's all he knew growing up. So
I guess Maru was intrigued by him in a way.
Wait, I guess because Hobble. Oh my god.
Technically, yes.
Oh my
Hubble
God.
never thought he was, but
4 out of 4. We did it, guys.
We did it, boys!
Yay! Slavery! Yay!
Slave rave.
Okay, so then if that's the case, I figured we might have all shared how we escaped.
That's up to each player.
I definitely did.
Okay, remind us again. I'm sorry.
He basically they put him to work in one of the Great Fey libraries, and so during his lucid moments, he started figuring out how to create a forgery or replica of the components that his Fey overlord was using to keep him charmed, dull-witted, enslaved, and everything. And so he basically started making forgeries of that, which looked authentic, still worked for the magic, but made the magic completely
Dispellable.
Like inert. Like the spell went off, but it didn't do anything. So basically, he used his. I took the Arcanist thing from the feats for skills thing, so he's got knowledge arcana for days. So I figured this was a good way to tie that in. So once he did that, he started sort of working out his escape plan and basically tricked his master into pissing off the Winter Queen, and during that kerfluffle, he escaped.
Okay. So I guess going down the line, Maru would share that one fateful day, a son of a noble decided, I'm going to take down the biggest, baddest goblin in this goblin fight pit to win the favor of like the local people, because I'm the new noble on the town and I need cred and clout.
Street clout.
Yes.
Anything for clout. Do anything for clout.
And well, he bit off more than he can chew because he was 15 years old and young and stupid. And 1, 2, 3, boom, bang, clang, crack. Next thing you know, you got a dead son. And that's where Maru pillaged her red silken scarf, which wasn't originally red. And there was mysteriously, somehow, a hole to escape through in the fighting pit. And she stowed away in a box of noodles. And now she's here.
Hey.
Yeah,
And
I was going to be executed, but just disappeared.
I figured, let's have a flashback to that conversation. I feel like Mario would have just been like, you just disappeared?
Yeah. Like what I did at the beginning of the fight, but it's weirder.
Would EL4 be okay with Daeon being extremely curious about like how that works and like trying to study him? Non-intrusive.
He's a fucking mess of magic and stuff, so yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Okay.
He's in the mindset of I'm just a pack mule.
Then I definitely would have spent like several hours asking you about like every time one of those weird things has happened and what exactly happened, what it felt like, all that.
Sometimes I feel like I'm sticky. And I can grab Alicia.
I think these three at least are gelling pretty fast. Hobble is just
Hobble's sitting on the cart just smiling while you guys are talking and
They canceled the coupon code thing. Sorry.
Yeah.
Ignore me. Anyway, yeah.
okay. Well,
So Hobble, you just never told your friends?
uh,
Knowing
he
your
probably
backstory.
after you guys told him your story.
Man, it would have sucked being a slave. I wasn't a slave. I used to be from a different world or something, and I stepped into this circle portal, and I met this really nice lady, and she let me stay there, and I just did some paperwork for her for a little bit, and I got lost one day, and I ended up here with you guys. And, well, I kind of want to go back to her. She was really nice.
As he is very deluded and didn't realize he was a slave whatsoever.
Hobble's convinced that he had it good under the Fae.
Yeah.
I just, like, copied scrolls and did all this stuff. It was so fun.
I feel like Maru would have a very specific reaction to Hobble, and I need to find it. Yeah,
Hobble.
I posted. I posted in general too. That's about her disposition on that.
But Hobble would have some great music that you guys would never have heard before with his pan flute.
Well, welcome to all 18 new viewers to the stream. Oh, God. Okay. Indeed. So what would your party like to do? You've killed all the goblins. You've got a huge pile of them just lying around. And you're not far from Pound as Dunn has finished cleaning up your equipment. Thankfully, no new goblins have come.
So, let's take a look at the blood on the ground here. Number one, any humans?
Humans? No.
No humans,
Humanoids, but not humans.
Not humans, okay. Alright, well then, no snack for Mario. So, you collect the weapon.
Okay, you're able to, you search through the stuff here, real quick. Do you want to loot them, the bodies?
Yep.
Okay. I actually do have a loot here. Give me a second. Boop. Your party finds, 2 usable daggers, short bow, and, 2 scimitars off these, bodies.
Destiny.
Yes.
This is going to be a reoccurring thing. All the cloth. Mine.
A lot of it is hide, but you do find on the 2 soldiers that they did have some basic cotton cloth that they had lining their armor.
Mine. I'm just going to weigh it in pounds, like not even a pound, probably.
Yeah, just go ahead and add like a 0.25 pound of cotton.
Okay.
Your party will also find 218 silver pieces and 949 copper pieces.
So be prepared for that. She is going to hoard cloth.
Hell yeah.
That's going to be her thing for this campaign.
As you hoard the cloth, collecting it into your collection.
Well, I feel like maybe Mario might have mentioned this. Maybe not go into detail, but well, every time she did a good job in the fighting pit, there was a mysterious person who would reward her with cloth, and if she did especially good, she would get silk.
Oh my. What do you think she did for that scarf, y'all?
Yeah. I wonder why it's red.
Very well. Yes, EL4? Yes, there's a goblin boss here. What is it?
I'm gonna retrieve my handix because it's I have probably a goblin in my handix.
Yes. You're able to pull it out, and Dunn will be able to repair it for you, along with because he's helping fix up all of your equipment. What a nice guy.
I assume we got everything, including him. No special thingy from him.
No, unfortunately, much like the rest of the goblins, his equipment was very basic and salvaged. It wasn't worth using, really.
That reminds me. There would be a hand axe over here. I'm gonna pick that up
Yep,
because I threw it.
yep. You're able to retrieve all thrown items.
Yep.
Want me to do the same thing I did last time and just keep track of all our party loot and then divvy it up when we, when somebody needs it or something?
Let me give you all a party inventory.
Yes, Castle the Quartermaster.
Remove folder. I meant to add a character. Party inventory. I will make a player sheet, and I will give you all permission over it. Hell yeah. Wow. By the way, to anyone watching, this is Foundry Virtual Tabletop. It's a wonderful new tabletop that is really good.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Oh, man. Well, it's not sponsoring the stream, but technically I do get benefits from being a moderator, but I don't actually get to cash them in.
Hashtag maybe sponsored.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mario is going to just gesture over to this tower here and say, well, let's pop a squat. This Mario is a lot more like edgy, but she still uses strange terminology like that, I guess.
Sound good?
I don't know.
Okay.
Let's just say that it comes from humans.
Yep. Your party finds a little bit of cover in here as you rest up. You will all be able to get a short rest.
I will play some beautiful music while we rest.
Oh no. Do you need me to play a video?
Oh, I did it earlier.
Mario would say, "Oh, Don, tell him he's doing a really good job. It's almost as if this is like a song of healing, almost." Wow.
I will translate.
Oh God, this is gonna be amusing going forward.
Yeah.
I've never had a language. Oh, that's a lie.
Oh my
The very
god.
first So hold on. The very first D&D I've ever played was Pathfinder, and it was a custom system where there wasn't one common. There was many different kinds of common, which kind of defeats the purpose of calling it common. But yeah, my character did not have the meta common, and so he could not talk to people as easily. It was kind of bullshit, actually. I left that place in 2 months because it was incredibly toxic.
No. It's not playing the video. Oh well.
Oh well.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like modern rock songs on pan flute.
I mean, hell yeah.
He's from a different world, so you guys have no clue what he's playing, but it sounds pretty good.
Oh yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so let's get this short rest going. Oh God, it's the old sheet. Oh wait, no, we can.
You can
Yes,
re-enable the new sheet again. It found out it wasn't messing up with better rolls. I don't know what is exactly, but it's something.
Okay.
It's something.
Hey
else.
there. D6?
Yeah.
Actually, let me go to this.
No, that's not right.
Yeah, it's saying my hit dice is a D6 as well. That's
Yeah, you
neat.
might want to adjust that.
How
How?
do you do that?
It's not. That's.
I don't know.
think so.
You should be able to. Give me a second. Let's see. Short rest and
That's not how that
The other
works.
sheet.
I can't click on the hit dice anywhere to change it.
in details for your class, you do the hit dice, and it's a D6, D8, D10, and D12.
Yeah, details from my class.
It's under
That's
class
totally
levels.
thing.
Oh, I see it.
Oh.
That's.
Yep.
So it can import everything else correct except the hit dice.
Yeah. I'll bring that up to the person giving us SRD abilities. Checks my amount of viewers. SRD, gentlemen. I'm deaf. You guys might not be ready for that, but your kids. Oh God. Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah,
and
there you
then
go.
an extra D.
One.
Was the D6 already rolled for the
And
Song of
5.
Rest?
Extra 5.
Extra 5. So
Hey.
I'm just gonna heal 5, and then
Hey.
17, and then now we do the short rest.
Yep.
I get back my warlock spell slot
Your warlock spell slot.
that I totally have because I
Yes,
get back
Mr.
things on short rest.
Mr. Barbarian.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
But you know what? You get hit dice, and that's what's important.
Hell yeah. And so you're
Since we're all butt kicked here.
Yep.
Yeah, I am. Where is this character class thing that I'm totally not seeing anywhere?
under features. Go up on top. Should see class levels. Edit details.
Ah,
Poggers.
There wouldn't be anything to just eat because I'm a goblin that can just give me like 1 extra hit point. Would there be?
No.
Because
There are leaves right here.
You can eat the leaves if you want.
that's not extra healing, is it?
No.
Okay.
Hungry.
But I got-
Pest. What is that art?
You're not aware of the. Hold on.
You can eat the donkey.
No, it's. I mean, I could. You don't know the hungry pumpkin?
No.
Okay, I'm going to enlighten you.
Oh no.
Oh no. Anyway, okay, your short rest is done, gentlemen. Very well. Would you like to continue? Would you like to finish your journey towards Pound?
yeah.
Very well. In that case,
Very hungry.
yes, your party will head out. It's 9 a.m. in the morning now. The rain is still coming down in a nice, even little drizzle. You walk past more stone ruins, as allow me to bring you all to the regional map. Boop.
Ooh.
Welcome to Pound, gentlemen. If we'll go right here, where I'm pinging on the map, this is where your party's coming across. This bridge was the area where you just fought at. As you walk along, you'll see some interesting sights. To your south is a large lake or something, with a lot of plant life around it. The plant life is very thick here compared to the rest of the area, with what appears to be an old abandoned shack with plants overgrowing upon it. Trailing through the mountains, you come through Hera's Pass, the only easy way through the Dam of the Giants. To the north, you can see stone ruins just about 500 yards away. You know that somewhere in there is the Grand Mine of the Midlands, the location in which hundreds of people have shattered their teeth on, broken their bones, and died in, never to retake it from the giant Azathor. You slowly walk towards the town, it coming into sight quickly. The fields here are rather plain, growing much corn, and you can see a bit of livestock here. Up above the town, as is usual for any place with Mopanu, you can see hills upon which are growing terraced farms with many different crops and horticulture. All around the town, you see a very unusual sight compared to your experiences in Coelho. You can see a lot of Canisians, the dog people of this world. They appear to be going about their daily business, working. Some will see you and give you a gentle wave as they tend to their fields. You know that somewhere in here is a Mr. Yorkshire, who, you have been told by the letter, has the details of Her Majesty's offer regarding your party and a future chance at nobility. What would your party like to do as you come into town?
By the way, how many times can you cast mending in a short rest?
Infinite.
It's a cantrip, so
Right, but it takes 10 minutes, right? So 6 times then.
it takes 1 minute.
Oh, okay. So then I assume that my hand axe was tended to.
Yes, yes, maintenance rules are if you have mending, you only take 15 minutes to maintain one person's equipment. So he spent an hour maintaining your equipment, and then you all spent an hour short resting.
Understood. Okay. So, all right. Uh, do we just go right into town, or
It's up to you.
I
Map's
think
free.
so. I mean, we gotta find this Yorkshire
Mr. York.
per-
Gotta
person.
find him.
Let's see. Do I have a? I do have a player icon. There we go. Update, and boop. This is your party inventory, and this little arrow is you. All of you should be able to control it.
Woo!
You can see in the middle of the town, much like the surrounding area, there's stone ruins. Mulapin, as a new world, doesn't have a lot of ruins, so this kind of place with just so much wreckage and ruin is pretty striking. Especially the center here. It appears there was once like a kind of armored citadel kind of setup with low earthen walls everywhere. But they've since collapsed, and even these towers, simple as they were, have fallen apart as well from lack of maintenance or something.
But these are like people sized, not giant sized.
They are
Ruins.
not giant sized.
Okay.
Indeed.
Not that giants aren't people, but giants are totally not people. So, but the ruins. It doesn't look like anyone's using the ruins for anything. Like they're just basically abandoned.
Um, yes, it doesn't appear they're used. Well, they do have like some basic like glitter around it. Like it seems they use it as like basic cover for storing stuff in, but it doesn't appear to be very valuable at all. The stuff they've stored
Okay.
there. It seems
Can we spot any kind of A, government building, or B, in meeting house, whatever?
Well, speaking of the buildings, Pound is a community full of stone buildings, and it seemed and like any stone building in the Bronze Age, people seem to be constantly maintaining it. You can see people repairing their roofs and stuff. You can see people thatching up the roofs. You don't see any large government-like buildings. However, you do see one very large farmhouse over here. You can see in the area where you're at, there's a crap. There seem to be mostly Canisians and orcs. Yes. Oh,
Has anyone like gotten close to us when they greet us, or are they mostly just keeping their distance and minding their own business?
they seem to be minding your own business. Uh, some of them, of course, they glance at you. Travelers are always interesting to this kind of small community, but most are just going about their business. They don't have.
Especially when one of them's an elephant.
Yes. Maru is drawing a lot of angry looks.
I was just actually about to address that. So Maru, when in these kind of towns, as much as it will maybe help, she does have her scarf around her mouth, and she kind of does have it a little bit as a shawl as well, so kind of covering a little bit of her head too. Like her ears are covered too, at least. That still might not help. Also, she is taller than the average goblin.
Sound good.
So, because she's only a half goblin.
Yeah. Half gobbo.
Well,
Okay.
yeah. So
Indeed. Okay. So, I've. So, what else do you guys want to know?
Uh, should we just head to the large farmhouse over there? Points to the northeast.
Help!
You can speak
Oh,
to us
God.
normally with your language.
Can you please repeat that, Mr. EL4?
Is it in fair with your language?
Yeah, we need to go find Mr. Ironsword. Do you think he'd be at the biggest building?
I believe we are to meet a different representative named Yorkshire.
Oh yeah, Mr. York.
Sure.
Let's go,
Uh,
young.
Let's go. Let's go inquire and see if we can find out where he might be.
Yeah, it's the best thing we.
Okay.
That is the best thing we have to do here.
Your party will move towards the farmhouse. Uh, it's a quiet little village. It reminds you of a lot of other farming communities. There doesn't seem to be any major buildings in sight. You can see some very basic, like a blacksmithery, where you can see a blacksmith just banging away on the metal, some Canisian. You can see a orc. You can see a few orcs going about their business, cleaning up or like helping out some people. Uh, you and As you knock on the farmhouse door, a simple kind of wooden door set up with a very simple bronze latch. This individual answered the door. Yes.
What language?
He will be speaking orc.
I have orc.
I'll
Okay.
look around at you guys because I don't speak orc.
Okay, so that's me.
hello.
Do you speak orc, EL4?
Yes.
Hello there.
You wouldn't happen
To
be
be clear,
York.
he doesn't look as stern in person as he does in this picture. He's just nonchalantly leaning on the doorway.
I
Is he
think he's
wearing a shirt?
No.
They don't have shirts in the Bronze Age.
Oh my god. He is wearing a simple shawl. I mean, not a simple shawl. What do you call those? He is wearing a bottom robe.
Loincloth?
Yeah, loincloth. It's pretty elaborate. It's not. There's no risk of like bits being shown, but
Ah,
it's just a simple farming robe.
I am 2'6", though. I'm looking very up.
Ignore the
He does
toddler.
look very confused at you, who seems to be speaking some sort of gibberish language to him.
Mara will just wave her hand, and with her nothing but her eyes exposed through her little makeshift like shawl mask thing, she'll just say,
You wouldn't happen to be York, would you? Yorkshire.
He looks at you confused, looks at your green skin. He looks at Dunn. We don't appreciate goblin pets here. We already have enough terrorizing the town.
He's looking at me. I'll be like, in Mopon, I will say, I'm sorry, I don't speak orc.
I'm his
I don't s-
translator.
He will look to EL4. We don't accept goblin pets around here. She's half, right?
Yes.
That was a very long and drawn out yes.
Anyway, do you know Yorkshire? Hmm?
Just gonna ignore my statement then. Yeah, he's here. Are you the new expedition?
Yes.
You sure you don't want to talk to me?
He ignores you. Very well, come right in. He will lead you all in. And like I said, it seems that this farmhouse is very simple. There's a little section that seems to be a built up little area for living in, and then there's separate little stalls that appear to be for livestock that aren't in here right now. And you can also see what appears to be another corner in this barn. It's a large kind of barn slash farmhouse, and that seems to be for more people living in. You realize this must be their inn in this little tiny ass village. And sitting at a table in this little other living corner is what appears to be a very refined looking orc man.
It's a tiny
He's so
thumbnail.
small.
Hey.
He's so small.
Indeed.
Alright.
I'm gonna,
You can-
I'm gonna pick him up in my hand and no, kidding.
no,
Okay.
you can stretch the image.
Going to the home screen.
Oh,
Greetings, he will say in Orcish. You are the adventurers from Phandalin, correct?
Indeed, we are.
I am glad to see that your journey was made safely and without incident.
Technically, we had an incident, but we're here. So,
Very well. Would you like anything? Food? Drink? They do not have many options in this village, but I shall have it seen to you.
I
is
don't know what he's saying. Never mind.
Is he suffering food or water?
My
hopefully?
apologies, he will speak Mapanu. Greetings, travelers. What would you like any food or drink before we get down to business?
Just some weak ale, please.
Wait, no, sorry. Done. I'm afraid to say ale does not exist yet.
What?
Ale was invented by the British.
Fermented beverages have been around since
They can, at least I'm pretty sure.
the Stone Age.
I know beer was invented, but not history of ale. Let's see. It was one of the three. Okay, I was wrong. It was invented in the 1200s, but
I
they
was
do
about
have-
to say, like, I think we're
Yeah.
I think
Yet
modern. I think
today.
modern
taken
ale was. I
again.
think modern ale was invented in the by the British, but they do have beer.
Yes, that is
Guess
what I
we-
want.
Guess what you're going to be inventing?
I require beer, Mr. Jax.
I don't have a brewer's kit proficiency yet.
Oh, look, it's a good thing you can train that with down.
You see, Jax will just kind of grumbling. Will go grab some beer, and he will place 4 mugs between all of you. The beer.
Thank you.
The beer seems to be typical village fare. It has that millet floating around on top, that weird kind of like beer snot kind of stuff, and it's a lot thicker than the beers you would have today. It's almost like drinking a milkshake of grain.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, Maru will eat and drink literally anything, so.
Yes. Jax will speak up as he passes the beer over to EL4. Will your pet be consuming my livestock while you're here, or is she potty trained?
She will behave.
yes. By all means, sir.
She gives, like, this, like, semi bow, but she just has this deranged look.
She has the look of a goblin. He will walk off back to his living corner away from you all. Very well, let us get down to business. Would you prefer our discussions in Mopanu or Orc?
Uh, I guess Mopanos who my companions can understand.
Hmm.
At least three-fourths of them.
Yeah.
I also I also know Faye, if that helps.
Well, if you want to repeat yourself, you can use Mopano and Faye.
He will sigh. Very well, let us conduct our business in Mopon then. As you know, you have been given. We would like to offer you, that is to say, Her Majesty's government, the chance at becoming landed nobility in exchange for extraordinary services. Have you heard of the Grand Mine of the Midlands?
Have we?
Go say, have we?
Anybody who thinks they know stuff, roll me a history check.
Sorry.
Ah, done. That is a 6. Wonderful. Uh,
History. I'm not proficient, so I'm not gonna roll.
Hobble doesn't know anything.
No.
Done. You don't know much about it, unfortunately. You know, it was some kind of big mine or something.
Fine. No, I would have had to come across it in one of the books I read. So
Yep. He will go on. The giants and the Mopanu people, called it Abuser Etu. It was a mine full of wondrous ores. Ceaseless treasure seemed to lie in wait. Some say that the giant Hera seeded this earth when she cried her tears upon the dam being built here, as he motions towards some place to the east. As it was, the giants held it for a while before their eventual collapse, and then we moved in. We gave the land to the Canisians when they made uh, their free city kingdom, but unfortunately, when Azathoth invaded, but 100 years ago or so, he ejected the Canisians, or kidnapped many of them, and he and his horde of giants retreated into the mines. We know there was a slaughter, but Azathoth was able to live, and ever since then he's controlled the mine, and with it, most of the world's supply of orichalcum. For obvious reasons, this has not pleased Her Majesty, and we have tried previous endeavors to retake the mine. Your party is the newest in these endeavors. We would have simply waited a bit more time, as Azathoth seems to stay to himself, but unfortunately, the goblin horde that has found its home here has pressed us for time. Her Majesty would like to see the horde here eradicated before they can grow to a size too large to become manageable.
and the goblins are also in the mine.
Indeed, somehow their tunnels appear to have reached here, and they have begun making their home underneath, within the Grand Mine of the Midlands. They, it is unclear if they are a tool by Azathoth or if they're a pest for him as well. But what we do know is that they have been breeding there, as it is hard to get anybody in all the way over here to kill and exterminate them. But it is near enough to Her Majesty's lands here in the hinterlands that the Duke of the Hinterlands, Mr. Horatio, has requested that we handle the situation. Her Majesty has decided, hearing of your accomplishments, that it be handled.
Myra will just stay silent and just sort of twiddle her thumbs.
I I believe we can help with the goblin problem, at the very least.
Put it simply, Her Majesty tires of this location being a problem. Azathoth has plagued Her Majesty's forces in this area. In fact, One could say he was partially responsible for our losses in the War of the Best. All we want put what Her Majesty wants pure and simply is Azathoth and the Hinterland Goblin Horde destroyed. If your party can do that, she offers your party the chance at all of the wealth within the mines. You will also be offered a landed noble title, as well as a position within Her Majesty's court as favored nobility. Your task
Uh,
simply would be to
I,
go.
I, I, I visibly grimace at that.
Destiny, could you real fast? Can you re-import my token onto the field? I think it's kind of important.
Okay.
I updated the art. Oh, why didn't it update?
Did you update your portrait art?
Yes, I did.
It doesn't. It doesn't automatically do update the token. You have to go into the prototype token, but I'll do it for you real quick.
Ah,
Here you go.
there. Perfect.
She's back. Are the where would this landed title be located?
Here, of course. The Duke of the Hinterlands has agreed to grant your party this land in exchange for your services rendered. All we require is a regular progress on defeating the Horde and defeating Azathoth. Should this be done, you will be granted the land here. You will be granted intended sovereignty, under subordinate to Her Majesty, of course, over the entire Dam of the Giants and its surrounding area, including, of course, Pound and the Grand Mines.
Uh, One moment, please. I'm gonna tell Hobble all that.
Oh, yeah, I heard him say help 3 times, so I figured that's kind of what we were doing.
Yes. Are you all right with agreeing to these terms?
Wherever you guys go, I'll be right behind you.
Very well. Thank you.
I love you.
Then I'll look to Eelfor and Maru. How do you feel about this deal?
I don't know.
I don't know. Apparently, I'm just a half goblin who just is a pet. So I guess I don't get an opinion. After all, I mean, I am supposedly your, watchdog, and
These are his words, not ours. Do not misplace your anger.
oh, I will try my best.
That is all one can ask. So how do you feel about this deal, Maru?
It seems my life is slaughtering goblins, and so it shall be continuing to slaughter goblins.
All right. Eelfor?
I mean, I have nothing better to do.
Very well then. It seems we agree to your terms.
Wonderful. Now, of course, you'll need a stronghold if you are to construct a permanent position here. That'll be up to your party, I'm afraid. Her Majesty is hands off on this excursion. Previous expeditions have been bothersome enough that it has been judged that it would be best to see if your party can sustainably move forward. Once you have been able to prove to do so, however, Her Majesty will be glad to render aid upon your party.
That seems fair.
Very well. I will be your correspondence between Her Majesty and your party. I will attend to Pound every 2 months, and during that time we will require a regular update on your progress into the mines and in clearing out the Horde and Azathor. If your progress is deemed suitable, you can count on more aid. As of right now, you will be given a tax-exempt status for 1 year. After that year is up, we will require tithing your area. Understood?
Yes.
Very well. If you have any other questions, I shall be here until the end of the week. It is time. It is time for me to collect the taxes from Pound anyway, and they must arrange suitable transport for whatever crops they are paying with. As the newfound sovereigns of this territory, I think you'll find that your lodging is free here, as it is for me. He will lean back in his chair. Very well. Do you have any other questions for Mr. Yorkshire?
I'm trying to figure out if Maru would even know what the hell a tax is.
I know I don't.
Hello, I'm Hobble in Fae.
Ah, you
Donald.
speak. What sort of strange experiment are you?
Ah, what do you mean? I'm a man.
He glances down on you. You're half his height, Hobble.
Yeah.
I've never seen a being such as you before. He looks to the party. Is he a, he will say in Orcish, is he a cruel experiment of the Fae?
Doesn't seem like one.
He resembles the Minish greatly, but he appears to be purely crafted from humanoid instead of simply mammal. Unless, I suppose he does resemble a hamster.
Is he talking about me? He keeps looking at me weird.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't understand his language.
No,
He says-
he's just curious about you.
He says he likes the cut of your jib.
Oh, yeah, I like this guy.
Hubble doesn't understand when you guys talk, and I don't understand when that guy talks. So
Oh shit! Oh god, this is gonna be
that's what I was
so.
saying. I
This
was
is gonna
like,
be so
I mean,
difficult.
this guy can actually translate for everybody. I guess technically I can too, but it's funny. This is funny.
I'm not talking to this douche.
Fair. Well, I suppose. I guess my first question. I know you said we could not expect to receive aid from the crown, but would you be able to help us hire workers to work on the keep? I don't know that the local populace here has the skill sets that would be required for such an undertaking.
Oh, they most certainly would not. I tell you what, I will be back here in 2 months, and I shall bring along an architect. This architect, I shall also bring along in that time, if you are still alive, a diplomat's pouch, which will allow us to send correspondence back and forth.
Fantastic.
If you prove alive by then, we will be able to we will be able to plan what exactly you're building here. I assume you do not immediately have the funds needed for such a keep.
Ahead.
Uh,
It helps if I push the right push to talk button. No, I was just trying to think ahead. Thank you.
Indeed. And Her Majesty would appreciate if this town could become an economic powerhouse, along the lines of, say, the Yucata Company. Perhaps a tall order, but should you be able to build it up, I think you can expect far more aid. Of course, one step at a time.
Yes. All right.
Your party would just know this as a base fact. The Yucata Company is the reason your party is able to have such a diverse collection of gear. They are the only group right now able to sustain global trade in this world. Despite it being just barely post Pangeal, where the continents are very close to each other, it is still a huge ask to sail halfway across a globe. But the Yucata Company manages to keep the trade going. And you would know that the orcs have tried very unsuccessfully to do so as well.
So we're helping them economically.
He hopes you'll be able to help them economically. They're, to be clear, they expect taxes out of this place eventually either way. But but this region is very small compared to the entire empire of Posh, even though it's declined greatly as of late. But they have higher ambitions than that. They hope that they can get enough trade to make the kingdom of Posh truly powerful again.
I'm gonna take a look at the regional map. So will you be updating the world map with whatever the fuck we do?
I've got to finish making the world map, but if you're
Not
talking,
like the town map, I guess.
absolutely I will. I've specifically did it in Wonder Draft, not only because it was easier, but so I could more easily update it as time goes on.
Gotcha.
For instance, there's locations here that I haven't specifically named on the map. Okay. Would your party like to know anything else from Mr. Yorkshire?
What, is there any information about the mines that the other groups you have sponsored found out that might help us?
I'm afraid I do not have the details on me, but I do know the basics. The first expedition was shortly after the defeat after Azathoth took over the land here. This was in 1618, known as Murtag's Conquest. They reached very far down. There appears to be some sort of platform that you can get to, and it can bring you back and forth between various levels of these mines. A powerful magical artifact. And I mean artifact. They reached a location filled with glowing mushrooms and subterranean monsters, glimmering with magic. Apparently, it was reminiscent to Mysticanum infection. But as the War of the Best began, it was they were forced to abandon their push. The second expedition was a failure as well, and this was about 30 years later. Unfortunately, the expedition fell apart as a result of infighting and sabotage by Azathoth's forces. This was about when the goblins first settled here as well. The last expedition was about 5 years later. We invaded this land with Her Majesty's forces in a huge push, and it would have been successful except Azathoth simply informed the Mopanu kingdoms of what we were doing, and they exploited our weakness elsewhere. You are our most recent attempt, 55 years later. We know that the major structure that the Giants built, a large shaft filled with many outlying tunnels, is intact. And we know vaguely that the goblins have some sort of burrow system built into these mines. We also know that there is a significant amount of magic involved in this land. down below. That is all we know, I'm afraid. The conquest's documentation was very uneven, and much of it was lost in subsequent sabotage by Azathour's warlocks. We've had records disappear in Her Majesty's library. We've had people who survived the expeditions mysteriously pass away. You should be wary of sabotage on your own ends, as Azathour has ruined 3 expeditions previous.
All right. Thank you.
Very well. Was there anything else?
Hubble, do you have any questions for our friend here?
Well, what's he been saying?
Quickly translates all the salient points from that, certainly not everything, but yeah, anything that I think Hubble would actually be interested.
So, who is Azathour then?
Azathour is a giant that invaded this territory, and there was a large battle, I believe. I'll look at Yorkshire for confirmation on what I'm saying here.
He will speak
And
Fey.
right.
Indeed. The giant Azathour is a famed spellcaster. He is from the old days of the giants, when they grew as large as mountains. And he is one of the last surviving true giants of the world. Not like the giant folk, but a true giant. His size is immense, and his power is unrelenting. He is said to have rained down lightning upon civilizations, and he fought in the great battles between the Mopanu and the giants in the past. He was said to be powerful even then.
And he's just been chilling down those mines, getting more strong.
We are unsure of what he is doing. It is clear he is powerful enough to act as a patron to warlocks, and it is clear that he has been doing something. Occasionally, things will go missing around this area, or we will find signs, warlocks caught elsewhere committing great acts of theft or murder, and we are able to determine that they are warlocks of Azathour. So far, it's just been supplies, items such as items necessary to basic sustainability, food, tools, the such. But we are unsure what they are really doing down there. It could be that his goal is simply to survive, or it could be that he's preparing a ritual circle for some foul deed.
Oh. Well, I'm sure I can reason with him.
He will give you a very deadpan look.
I think I'm from outer space.
He will give you a more deadpan look. Her Majesty requests the extermination of Azathour.
Oh, right. Then I can. Well, I can betray him. It's okay.
Whatever gets the job done.
So
you.
casual.
Is there any guards that are typically at the entrance of the mine to make sure there's no demons coming out?
What would the fiends of Gehenna have to do with the mines?
Well, if he's
He
gonna be
just
summoning
means
demons.
trouble. Perhaps not literal demons.
No, this community is far too small, and we did not want to justify a large force, and we did not want to send out a small group to risk being sent to their deaths. We simply leave the mines alone. The people of the town may know more about the mines, but we know very little. And we do not keep forces there. We suspect there are likely multiple entrances.
Yeah, very likely. Mines are like that.
But that is all we know.
All right. Thank you. Do you have any tea?
Why would I have tea?
I'm thirsty.
Would tea exist?
Yes.
Tea's been around a long time.
Tea.
If I recall correctly, tea was strictly an herbal, like medicine, before it was a beverage, especially as how we know it.
Uh, the posh, being as posh as they are, do drink a lot of tea.
Right.
Indeed, some have joked that their defeat in the War of the Best was because of the Marrow, who typically cultivate the tea, simply cutting off their supply as they were warring against the Marrow and the Mopanu kingdoms.
I see.
But they do not appear to have tea here. This is a very small village.
All right.
Well, guys and girl, what do you think? We should ask around town about the mines.
Yes, I believe that is the correct thing to do now. It sounds like we might be able to get more information that way.
I'm absolutely thrilled that the person who can't even speak the same language as everyone else has more social sway than I do. Oh, they'll regret it in time.
Poor Maru.
Yep.
I feel like that's why I changed my my token there. I feel like that is just the mood right now.
Indeed. Very well. Yorkshire will excuse himself, stating that he has to handle the taxes associated with this area. As you see that he will carefully look through some bundles within this barn as he seems to be tallying off bundles of corn and such. This is common in these kind of villages where they can't afford the tithes and the taxes, so they pay in crops or livestock.
So, do we decide what is our plan? Like, do we split off?
Huh? What do you mean?
So it sounds like we're being cut loose to just basically gather information or assets.
Yeah, I mean, he wants us to at least get part way down in the mine and make sure that we're actually competent, is what it sounded like to me.
Okay.
Yes, they want to be sure that you are actually worth investing in, because they have been burned before.
So I'm not going to be any useful here because I'm just going to get doors slammed in my face. Just going to get doors slammed in my face.
What? What?
They're gonna see a goblin at their doorstep, and they're just gonna scream.
I mean, the best I can do. Oh, and I don't even have that background trait anymore. I can't I no longer have ear to the ground.
Oh.
So no, that Maru's gone. I have Outlander Maru now. The best I can do is gather food.
Dumb.
Yes.
The girl that I can't really understand, it seems that people are kind of rude to her.
Yes, it is unfortunate, but goblins are seen as lesser here.
I have some makeup if we want to, paint her. If maybe that would work.
I
You can ask her,
I will-
maybe.
I will ask, and then I'll turn to Maru and say, Maru, would you be more comfortable in disguise?
To strictly answer your question as you have presented it to me, the answer would be no.
All right.
But if I can get more cloth and I can use this cotton here,
I will be kind and note to you all that a lot of the village has already seen Maru,
Yeah.
and this is a small village.
Who's this weird person that has the same height as the girl?
I mean, actually, he's shorter. Like I said, I max rolled her height, which I kind of writing off as, well, she's half human, so makes sense. No, she was going to suggest she can, if given enough cloth, make herself just like a complete like cloak.
A ghost club.
Well, other than that, hiding her face, which she doesn't care about, but it's the reason that's really burning her ass. She's just contending with like, I mean, she can go and like forage for like food and then help trade it and like sell it for money. That's kind of my use right now. I'm not really good at any of the social stuff anymore.
Feels bad.
Maybe like the villagers just don't trust her. Maybe we need to build the trust with the villagers for her.
Yes.
That's okay. I don't trust that. Oh, good. I can't understand him.
I'm gonna. Can I go talk to the innkeeper for a moment?
Yes, Mr. Jax. An inn, he calls it, but yes.
Well,
Yes.
yes. You said it was the inn, so you said his name was Jack.
Jax.
Sorry, I'm just taking notes. Is there someone, we are going to try and clear out the large mines nearby.
Have you considered running for the hills? You're not the first. An entire army from Her Majesty has failed.
Yes, sometimes a small force can succeed where an army will fail. But is there someone in town who would know more information about the mines that we could talk to?
Any previous expeditions where members were executed by Her Majesty or died from Azathoth. There's only one left, and I'm not sure he'll talk to you.
We should probably make the attempt.
His name's Gragnar Willowpeat. He lives among the Mopanu up there. Points to the hill.
Thank you.
Listen, you all lot seem like a good folk, so I'll ask you again. Are you sure you want to do this?
It seems like an opportunity to help while also bettering ourselves.
All those mines have ever brought us is ruin. Don't be surprised if the town folk aren't willing to accept you. Alright? And don't be afraid to cut your losses. You're not the first who had to flee after breaking their promise to Her Majesty.
We will keep your insights in mind. Thank you.
Yep.
I will go back and tell everybody that there's some guy named Gragnar. Did I get that right?
Gragnar Willowpeat.
Up in the Mopanu section of town that might know more about the mine, but might also not want to talk to us.
I hope he speaks fair giant, because I can get him talking.
I think the first downtime activity you're going to try to do is learn the fucking language.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, we can all agree on that.
I don't know. My first downtime activity will be creating a wand that can cast comprehend or tongues. Right? How to do it. That I can give him. Probably be very expensive. Yeah, so let's go try and talk to that guy or not. If somebody doesn't want to come, I don't know.
It's up to you all. Map's free and open. Although it is
Go.
12, so how much longer can we keep going?
Half hour, probably.
Does a half hour sound good with everyone?
That's fine by me. I've got no responsibilities today
Okay.
until later, much later.
Okay, I'm not hearing any objections, so we'll keep going for a half hour longer. Okay.
Yay.
Your party heads out. It's a beautiful day. Everything is lovely out. It's raining. It's pouring. It's not a wonderful day. Here, let me see if I can actually play music now. Is it working?
No, but
Okay.
I have a question about an interaction between two abilities. In your opinion, Destiny.
Yeah.
So I have this, and hold on, I have this. So it's about gathering of food specifically.
Okay. Your party. Okay, you will head out. Wanderer. You can find food, berries,
It's just-
small game, water, and so forth.
And
Sure,
then,
but it'll take you a bit of time because this is a savanna and they have explored it in the past.
so this isn't forest technically, or is it still?
This section down here is forest. The undergrowth is technically forest, and this area up here is forest.
So since I'm actually literally dead weight in any social encounter here, do you guys just want me to go securing food? So you
I
don't have to
don't
pay for
think
it.
it's a good idea for you to be alone.
If you remember, Yorkshire did say, "Yeah, you get food for free here." As Jax is just grumpily handing out food.
I mean, I was also kind of suggesting it so we have a way to like make some money trade wise.
I'm not. That's going to be such a pittance that I'm not sure it's worth it. Honestly,
Okay.
I'd
Hollywood.
rather like you scout out the surrounding area and just make maps.
Okay. I mean, I don't have cartographer's tools, but I mean, I can definitely be a scout because that's what I do.
I can make you some cartographer's tools.
Okay, well then this is okay. The gobble barely knows how to read.
That's fair.
So I mean, well,
Read?
Oh, everything's.
What's that?
it.
Beautiful.
I can look for goblins that are like trying to lurk around, and then I say, "Hey, I found one," but no, it was just a mirror.
There probably aren't any mirrors. I mean, we should. Can we go talk to this guy before we worry about long-term plans?
Your party heads out. Your future uncertain so far. You ask around, and the townsfolk, with curious looks towards you and grumpy looks towards Maru, will point you towards Mr. Gragnar, who lives on the edge over here. His home is very small, and it seems to be on the side here. You can see a very basic plot of food here, and you can see that there's a bunch of clothing left up to dry. Nice little laundry, nice little clothesline to dry up his stuff in. And it seems to all be getting wet.
I'll go knock on his door.
Coming! Oh, my back! This is not very DACA. He will open the door, and you will see uh, a very tiny token. You will see what appears to be an ancient orc, like very ancient. His hair is like white. Uh, his skin is incredibly wrinkled, and he has a tremor with every movement. He seems barely able to stand up. Hello there.
Hello.
I guess he's speaking orc.
Yes. Why is your friend saying help in Mulapin?
It is.
It's the only word he knows.
It's the only word he knows.
Like ever?
Yes.
You see, the Fae really send him for a loop. He's way out of his element.
Oh, you gotta be careful around those Fae. I hear they kidnap children.
Yes, he's almost a child. Anyway,
Why does he look like an old man?
the Fae are really that crazy sometimes.
Huh. Well, how can I help you all? You look new in town.
He was okay talking to the goblin. Just
He
to
doesn't
double
seem
check.
to. He doesn't seem to mind Maru.
Okay, awesome. That's great because I don't know what he's saying. So
Well, I'd relay, and Don. So the goal here specifically was
Was
I'm asking
Was
Don.
he apparently has been to the mines. We want to get whatever information he has. Did he understand me when I was speaking Mopon there?
yes, and his face will harden as
Okay.
he will shut his door. Slam.
Oh,
I will turn to Hobble and say, in Fey, do you have any medicines that might help him with his ailments?
I mean, sure. But he slammed the door. He didn't seem happy. What did you say to him?
He heard me mention the mines. He seems very reticent to speak about them.
Well, you can't just say mines to him. He's traumatized from it.
I see that now. Thank you.
Now let's go fix his brain.
As I'll knock on the door.
Sir.
Please go away.
Please, we are the newest hires. We wish to
You're the newest
avoid the
dead man.
disasters of the past. Quite possibly.
Flee, live while you can.
right into the mines?
No.
What if I were to tell you that I only live to kill goblins?
Then kill them elsewhere. I've lived to this long age by not speaking of them. I shall not risk myself against Azathar's men.
Are Azathar's men here?
They're always here. They're always listening. Everybody else who stayed behind from the last expedition, they've all died, killed one by Her Majesty or Azathor. I've lived because I haven't spoken of it, and you may live by fleeing.
I see. You don't happen to know the language of the giants, do you?
Why would I?
I thought it might be helpful when going down the mine to be able to speak to some of its denizens. Just idle curiosity. I apologize. Are you ill?
Of course I'm ill. I'm an 80-year-old orc.
My friend here has some medicines that might help you.
Does it cure old age?
Not that I'm aware of.
Then you're no
But
help.
It might ease your symptoms.
I know what you're trying to do, but I don't want anyone else to die down there. Please, just leave. Make me a persuasion check and go ahead and say something done.
Uh, I, I, I'm not offering help in exchange for anything. I just don't want to see you suffer.
You going guidance that?
That seems a little obvious since I'm standing outside of his door. I don't want to start casting spells.
Go ahead and persuasion check done.
That is entirely different from what my player.
Persuasion.
What did I click?
Performance.
It's the same roll.
I deleted it, so roll again.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent.
What do you want to give me?
What is your primary ailment?
Hold.
Right. Right. Hobble, my friend, do you have anything that might ease the general aches and pains from old age?
Well, there's two things I can do. I can either cool them with a cool jazz tune, or heat them up with a spicy jazz tune.
Perhaps I find both relieving on sore aches. Your choice.
Tell them I'm a really good singer, too.
Mr. Gragnar,
Yes.
my friend here, he works his magic via song. Would it be all right if he
Oh, he's
if
a
he sang to
bard?
you? Yes.
Oh, wonderful. He will open up his door. Play me a tune.
Does he want me to?
Yes. Sorry, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'll whip out my my pan flute. Do 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 do.
Careless whisper.
Is this House of the Rising Sun on paper?
Yes, this one is.
Okay. Roll me a performance check. I can finally hear the sounds of the bars again. And he'll just sit down, and you see him hobble. He doesn't look too good.
Die listening to my music. I'll see him like start to like kind of closing his eyes a little bit.
Wait, I'll stop. All right.
I was about to die.
Yeah, I don't want that.
I could hear my comrades calling for me. The sweet annihilation of death.
I mean, that's definitely one way to alleviate the aches of old age.
Tell him I'll resume
Perhaps-
playing if we get some information. I'll play
Yes.
until he
If
has
all you
sweet
are
dreams.
worried about is death, and that is
We
what you
can
wish.
grant it.
Perhaps we could help each other.
If I wanted to die, I would simply throw myself down a hill or eat a particularly large bite of food. My jaw's too tired to chew these days.
Tell him
No.
we're going in, even if he doesn't give us information. So
Yes, we have agreed to do this. I believe that we are facing a death sentence from Her Majesty if we do not. So
The land of the Mapanu is just to the east. You can still flee there, you know.
I believe in our group. I have faith. We have overcome much together already.
I see I cannot dissuade you, but are you sure? There's nothing waiting for you down there but death. Make me another persuasion check, Mr. Dunn, as you speak.
I'm glad I'm doing this.
Go ahead, Dunn.
Ah, I, even if in death we can improve the area by thinning out the goblin hordes, then that is what we will do.
I guess they're always we're going to send more children to die. Fine. What do you want to know?
What information can you give us? Anything about this strange uh, device that transports you between the different areas, or what we might see down there? Dangerous creatures or hazards we might encounter.
The platform improves ease of access, but it's not necessary, we think. We only use it for transporting the whole army back and forth through the mines. We managed to get far down the great mine shaft, the main central location. We found that the jungle to the south extends further down into the mines themselves, where the trace amounts of mysticanum circulating through gave enough light for plant life to grow down there. We also found that the goblin burrows had expanded far beyond our reckoning, and that there is a large horde down there. This is before they began surfacing. If they're surfacing now, it likely means they've run out of food, or at least easy food down there. Sorry. He seems to be choking on his own tongue now. Roll me a medicine check, Hobble. Hobble, you quickly put his tongue back in the main part of his mouth and like press against his chest to force him to breathe. Oh, thank you.
I'm just gonna keep pushing on his chest while he talks.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, as I was saying, you can stop now.
Hubble just keeps going.
He seems to be hyperventilating now. His body isn't used to that much oxygen.
Don, get him to stop.
Okay. I will say, hobble, easy. He's having a hard time.
Okay.
I think I just had a heart attack. As I was saying, the undergrowth down there, it's home to all sorts of horrific mutated beasts and plants. The goblin burrows, meanwhile, are filled to the brim with goblin traps and goblins themselves. We were able to get quite far into the goblin burrows, only for some of our men to be sent over to aid in the War of the Best, and we stopped getting shipments for those of us who were left behind of supplies, and this town wasn't big enough for everyone. Azathor began sabotaging our supply lines for what we did get. And by the end of it, Her Majesty, from what I heard, Her Majesty's inner circle demanded that the expedition be ended. Many of my commanders were slain by Her Majesty for their failures, and any who were left behind to form a garrison were destroyed. That fort in the middle of the town was ours, and it was annihilated, blown up in the middle of the night.
Do you know what by?
There was one, he stayed behind here in Pound, but he died, probably by warlock. He claimed he saw Azathor in the night, atop a mountain. All I know is there was a great big white flash, and it was destroyed. I lived among the Mopanu, I I didn't have any qualms about living with them, but everybody else lived in that fortress there. Over hundreds died that night. My friends have been killed one by one. I was the only one alive at the end, and I think it's because I never said anything. Now that I have, I think I shall meet my end soon. Whether by old age. You see him start to list over again.
Ah.
I am sorry for your friends.
Hobble, he seems to be dying again.
As I see that in Faye, I will say,
Do we have enough from him? He's fading.
I think he has given us everything he knows. Perhaps we should let him be at peace.
He'll suddenly jerk back awake. Sorry.
It's all right.
Are you trying to kill him now?
just playing the song for him.
Hopefully, now this one could have been guidance, maybe.
I can't move on. I have to for my calm. As he will fall over dead. Slam.
Did he just die?
Yeah, it would seem he is at peace.
As you stop playing the music through your pan flutes, he will suddenly pick back up. Stop playing.
Oh my God. I'm gonna leave.
I must relentlessly endure.
Why?
Life is important. I swear or I'd live for my comrades.
Fair enough. I wish you long life then. Thank you.
I've
For your-
outlived most orcs. Only Her Majesty has lived longer than me that I know of.
She probably has rich people medicine.
Yes. While you're here, can you help get the laundry off the line? I'm afraid if I go out to take off the laundry, the cold rain will drown me.
Of course. And I will
Oh,
do his one.
Don, let me help with that.
No, thank you. I believe you would find it difficult to reach the clothespins.
You'll take down all the laundry. Meanwhile, you see him you see him choke on his drool, and he starts turning purple from his green colored skin, only for him to suddenly shake himself as he will spit out the mucus. My life is pain.
Life is pain.
Was there anything else?
I'll take his laundry inside,
Thank you.
wring it out as best I can before I do.
He will smile happily at that before he suddenly pitches over, falling on the ground, and you see him start to choke on the water you've just rinsed out of the laundry.
How long are we going to do this,
He
Don?
gets back up.
I'll help him inside and sit him in a chair, and then thank him and leave him in peace.
Very well. Leave
Let's
him in
get out.
peace. As you all walk out. And with that, we're going to end the session there.
All right.
Good stuff.
Good stuff, gentlemen.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
Thanks to all like 20 people who are watching this. Like, holy shit. Man. Okay, and stop.